was supposed to be a fun weekend getaway. Just me, my girlfriend Sarah, and our two friends, Jake and Mia. We found this cheap cabin listed on some travel site. It looked nice in the photos. Cozy, isolated, and deep in the woods. Perfect for a quiet weekend away from the city. The drive there was peaceful, but things got weird the moment we arrived. The GPS showed the address as unknown. The road wasn't even on the map. We only found it because we saw this old wooden sign with an arrow barely hanging from a tree. It just said, cabin. The place was off. It looked older than in the pictures, like it had been abandoned for years. The windows were covered in dust, and the front door creaked loudly when we opened it, as if no one had touched it in a long time. I should have said something then, but I didn't. I figured it was part of the charm. We got inside, unpacked, and started to relax. It wasn't until nightfall that things took a turn. Around 10 p.m., we noticed strange scratches on the walls inside the living room. Claw marks, like something wild had tried to get in. Jake joked that it was probably raccoons. We left it off and made a fire. Then the noises started. At first, it sounded like tapping on the windows. Just little taps, almost playful, like fingers drumming. But every time we looked, there was no one there. Sarah thought it was the wind, but it didn't feel like the wind. It felt deliberate. By midnight, the tapping stopped. We were relieved, but that relief didn't last long. Around 2 a.m., we all woke up to the sound of heavy footsteps on the porch. It was loud, like someone wearing boots, pacing back and forth. I grabbed a flashlight and opened the door, expecting to catch some pranksters or animal. There was no one there, just silence. And the weird thing, there weren't any footprints in the dirt. Mia wanted to leave right away, but Jake and I convinced everyone to wait until morning. We locked every door and window, turned off the lights, and stayed in the living room together. That's when Sarah noticed something that made my stomach drop. We stared at it for what felt like forever, none of us daring to move. Finally, Jake walked up to it and put his ear against it. His face turned pale. "I can hear breathing," he whispered. That's when we knew we had to leave. We grabbed whatever we could, ran to the car, and sped down the dirt road without looking back.